So today, I'm not going to give you guys the most overpowered or the best class setup for every gun. Instead, I'm going to give you the most broken classes in the entire game. One gun is a complete laser. There's barely any recoil to it whatsoever. Another gun is a two-shot killer, and it's really fast at shooting. And there's other guns on this list that you guys should definitely make. There's guns that you thought would never make it to a top 5 list, but we're going to get into it anyways. And today, we're going to be talking about the top 5 most broken class setups in Modern Warfare. What is up, guys? My name is Nick and welcome back to another Modern Warfare video. Today we're going to be talking about the 5 most broken classes in the game. Now there's some weapons on this list that a lot of people just don't think will make it onto the list whatsoever, but they're on here nonetheless, and you guys should definitely use these classes in the game. But guys, before we get started, if you could let me know your favorite weapon down in the comments below, a weapon that you think is really good that a lot of people don't use. For example, mine is the Kilo 141. A lot of people aren't using it, but it is a powerhouse, and it's definitely on this list. I'm gonna give you guys that class first, and if you guys could subscribe to the channel with those notifications turned on, we are literally 2,500 subscribers away from 500,000, which is insane, and I keep saying it, and it really is, guys. And drop a like on this video, guys. We're gonna go for exactly 991 likes on this video, but let's get into it with the first class. Like I mentioned, the Kilo 141. This thing is a powerhouse, and you guys should copy this class exactly as I have it. So let's get into it. The first thing you want to throw onto the Kilo 141 is the barrel, and you want to use the SynGuard Arms 19.8-inch Prowler. That just sounds like a badass barrel, to be honest with you guys. Now this one gives you damage range, it gives you bullet velocity, and it gives you recoil control. Now it does take away some ADS speed and some movement speed, but the reason I have this one on, it's the second barrel you unlock for the Kilo 141. The first one gives you the exact same things, but the damage range doesn't just seem too powerful. It seems kind of weak, to be honest. And then the last one, the last barrel, it's very strong, it's really good, but the ADS speed is too slow. So I went ahead and I used the second barrel, the one in the middle, and it's the best of both worlds. Next off, you want to run the laser, any laser you want. If you want the Forge, or I'm sorry, the TAC laser, or if you want the 5MW or the 1MW, I'm using the 1MW because I don't want my laser visible on this class, but you guys can literally run any single one you want. For the stock, I like the Forge TAC Ultra Light. This gives you aim, walking, movement speed, and it only takes away some aiming stability. So in my opinion, aim, walking, movement speed, really damn good for assault rifles. The underbarrel obviously is going to be the Commando foregrip. This gives you that recoil stabilization and that aiming stability, only taking away some movement speed. And the rear grip, the stippled grip tape for that ADS and that super important sprint to fire speed. 100% needed on this weapon right here, and it does take away some aiming stability, but you guys don't have to worry about that whatsoever. Now the next class, this one right here, the Ram 7. This is a laser. This gun completely shreds people. It barely has any kick whatsoever, if it has any kick. And guys, trust me, use this class right here. It's a free weapon. A lot of you guys should have it already, and it's probably one of the best classes in the entire game. Now this one, the barrel, is the XRK Ranger. This gives you damage range, bullet velocity, and recoil control, and it only takes away some ADS and movement speed. So exactly like the first barrel that we put on the Kilo, this one is really damn good. The laser you want to run is the 5MW laser for that hip fire accuracy and that sprint to fire speed. Your laser is visible though once you run this one. This stock, you want to run the F-TAC Equilibrium. This one is super important because it gives you that aiming stability, and it only takes away some aim, walking, movement speed. Next off, we're going to run the underbarrel, the Commando foregrip, for that recoil stabilization and aiming stability, only taking away some movement speed. And then the rear grip is the stippled grip tape. We need this one because we need to have a little better ADS speed and sprint to fire speed. Now it does take away some aiming stability, but this gun is still an absolute laser. Now this is the only attachment that has ADS speed, and we definitely need it because this gun, it's not as heavy as the other ARs, but it still is kind of heavy. Now the next class might shock you guys, but that is the .50 GS, or whatever you want to call it. This is the pistol, and it is absolutely insane. Now my friend gave me this class, so it's not mine. My friend Sniper Express gave it to me, and it's such a great class. So first off, you want to run the barrel of the Forge TAC Enforcer. It gives you damage range, bullet velocity, recoil control, taking away ADS and movement speed. Next off for the laser is going to be the TAC laser, not the 5MW or the 1MW. You want to run that TAC laser for the ADS speed, the aiming stability, and the aim walking steadiness. Your laser is visible. For the trigger action, you want to run the lightweight trigger. This gives you faster fire rates, which is super important on a pistol that shoots kind of slow, and it does take away some aiming stability, but barely noticeable whatsoever. And for the rear grip, you want to run that stippled grip tape for that ADS speed and that sprint to fire speed. It does take away some aiming stability. And now the last thing you want to run on this is not going to be an attachment, it's actually going to be the perk, and you want to run fully loaded. Really damn good perk if you ask me. This gives you all the bullets you need. You don't really need scavenger once running fully loaded. I still run scavenger because that's me, but guys, this class is absolutely insane. Go ahead and use it. Now the last two weapons, I've given you classes for these weapons before, but I haven't given you classes like this. So the first one is the M4A1. You want to run the barrel FSS 11.5 inch commando for that ADS speed and that movement speed. It does take away some bullet velocity, which is something I don't like, but we have to throw this attachment on, and it does take away some recoil control. For the laser, 100% the 5MW laser is needed for that hip fire accuracy and that sprint to fire speed, so that you guys don't have to aim down sights as soon as you start shooting. You're pretty accurate and you'll start shooting fast after sprint, but your laser is visible. The stock, now the stock is really important as well. You want to run that M16 stock. This gives you that aiming stability, but it does take away some aim, walk, and movement speed, but it does make your gun a lot more stable. So trust me, go ahead and throw it. And the last, or the second to last attachment is going to be the underbarrel, which is the commando foregrip for that recoil stabilization and that aiming stability. Again, some movement speed is taken away, so it's not that bad. You're going to move a little slower, and you're going to aim in moving a little slower and stuff like that as well, but you're going to aim in fast, so that's the good part. But once you're aimed in, you're going to be walking a little slower. But we got the last attachment here, which is going to be the stippled grip tape for the rear grip, which gives you that ADS speed and that sprint to fire speed. So having two sprint to fire speeds on this class is really damn important, especially with that hip fire accuracy, and having that ADS, that extra ADS speed, is super important. Now the last one here, the stippled grip tape, it does take away some aiming stability, but don't worry about it, guys. We already got attachments, two attachments that give it to us, so we don't really need that. Now going on to the last class, this is the MP5, and I've given you guys the same MP5 class in the past. Not the same as this one, but I've given you guys one class twice, and I feel like I need to give you a different MP5 class because this gun is so underappreciated and it's such a great weapon. So for the first thing you want to run on this is the laser, the TAC laser. I don't recommend any other laser for this class. The TAC laser is definitely one that you want to run. This gives you ADS speed, aiming stability, and aim walking steadiness, and the only negative is that your laser is visible. So that is really good. You get 3 positives to that 1 negative. So I highly suggest that. For the stock, you want to run the Forge TAC Ultralight. This gives you aim, walking, movement speed, and it only takes away some aiming stability. For the underbarrel, you want to run the Commando foregrip. Guys, come on, it's an underbarrel, and it's my favorite one. I'm going to put it on every class, right? This gives you recoil stabilization and aiming stability, taking away some movement speed. Now, the ammunition, the most important part of this entire class, the one thing you definitely need to run on the MP5 is the 10mm auto 30 round mags. The reason for this is because it gives you more range, and not only that, it also gives you more damage. Now your fire rate is a little slower, so those closer combat fights are going to be a little less on your side, but this gun is still super strong that you don't have to worry about that. And the aiming recoil control is a little harder as well, but once you guys get used to that MP5, man, it is super easy. Now the last thing you want to run on this is the rear grip, the granulated grip tape. This gives you aiming stability and aim walking steadiness. Now it does take away some aim walking movement speed, but guys, at the end of the day, that's not really, that doesn't really matter. Like, dude, the aiming stability and the aim walking steadiness is super important on this class. So that is it, guys. These are the top 5 most broken classes that I can make within the game. I hope you guys enjoy them. Go ahead and use every single one. I have to say the most fun one to use is probably the one that my friend gave me, the .50 GS. That is just a fun class if you just want to run around and have a pistol. But the most try-hard class, if you guys definitely want to go super try-hard, is the last one I gave you, and that is the MP5. And if you're going for those super long-range shots and you want to be accurate by holding down the trigger the entire time, the Ram 7 is definitely a class that you want to use. But nonetheless, guys, that is going to be it for the video. If you guys could subscribe to the channel, like I mentioned earlier, we're so close, so damn close to 500,000, which is absolutely insane. If you guys could go ahead and turn on those notifications while you subscribe as well, I would truly appreciate that. And thank you everyone who has subscribed in the past or is doing it right now. Guys, if you could drop a like on this video, we're going to go for 991. I was going to say 99. 91 likes is what I said, right, guys? Yeah, I think it is. 991 likes on this video. And let me know your favorite weapon down in the comments below. Nonetheless, guys, thank you for watching. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.